Hi, this is Katie Ashcraft's Fenty Beauty Round 2 submission video. I'm really bummed that I didn't get to show you guys my work in person, but now you can see some of my other presentational skills as well. So I have here with me my storyboard showcasing my personal aesthetic, and firstly I would like to walk you through these images. The story of my style is rooted in images and characters from my childhood. In the first image, you can see the character we all know, Snow White. Just like any girl my age, I wanted to be like a Disney princess, and Snow White had short dark hair, big round eyes. I figured she looked the most like me, so I just kind of latched right on. Being able to relate to her looks as far as use of color and obviously beauty style has crept its way into my style as an adult as well. And creating this board has really allowed me the opportunity to understand where the different aspects of my aesthetic originate. The next image is a chart of the universe from a Spanish textbook. I came across this image accidentally more so than the informational context. I was really struck by the use of color and the planets and stars shown in shapes and represented by dots. As soon as I saw this image, I knew that I needed to create an abstract eye look showing a constellation with a beautiful and mysterious epicenter. I believe that my best looks come from the most unexpected sources, and I think this is a really good example of that. And although this storyboard is predominantly black in this image, you can tell that my use of color is very carefully calculated and strategically placed. This goes for beauty as well as my choice in clothing and accessories as well. Moving on to the images below, you can see that I do a little bit of borrowing from the beauty of nature. The image of the tree roots and branches is complicated, creepy, and cool. I would be proud to have my looks described with those words, and I think it has to be said that the Kat Von D tattoo liner was pretty instrumental in creating the right feel for this makeup. The final images of my beauty aesthetic are shown in a graphic image of Dita Von Teese. Although Dita's work is predominantly seen as taboo, she always presents herself as professionally and as polished as possible. You've probably never seen her with a hair out of place or a wing liner not be perfectly symmetrical and on point. So there is definitely something to be said about the level of perfection and work it takes to create that type of application. Having very precise line work and a squeaky clean complexion and a careful balance of focus and texture contributes to my aesthetic, and when working on my clients, that's definitely something I take into careful consideration. Dita and I really share a commitment to our craftsmanship in makeup, and she knows her technique backwards and forwards, and I really believe that it shows in her looks. On the contrary, Yolandi is not afraid to be messy, outlandish, and completely unpredictable. She's unapologetically true to herself and her character. I like to believe that my personal style and aesthetic lies kind of somewhere in between these two ladies. I love a look that's both dark and beautiful, and I should definitely point out that Yolandi was responsible for my short bang phase. I wanted to look beautiful, but then also feel really badass as well, which leads me into fashion. I was overheard talking and joking with one of my clients about what constitutes a fierce makeup look. I told her that to me it meant looking gorgeous, but also wanting people to be a little bit afraid. After a coworker pointed out that the late great Alexander McQueen had made a similar statement describing his aesthetic, it became clear that this was an important aspect to include in what creates the overall feel of my look. His designs inspire my makeup looks and style choices, bold and clean, yet wild and outlandish. My love of all things black goes back further than I can remember. I'm not really sure where that came from. I guess I was just meant to be on the dark side. Black is mysterious, sleek, classic, and powerful, and to me, wearing black means that I'm to be taken seriously. The next image is probably a familiar one, as it is a look from the Fenty Puma runway debut. When I heard about this emerging collaboration, I was curious what the style would be like. Rihanna has really done it all. She doesn't have a definitive style like, say, Amy Winehouse, who was always seen in essentially the same look. Imagine my delight when all of the looks were primarily black, a little bit goth, sporty, very sexy. This line really spoke to me and made me feel like my style preferences were being represented in high fashion. I knew that a line had emerged that I could identify with, and I've always gravitated toward pieces that convey a structural aspect. Architectural references show strength and meticulous attention to detail. Second to last image is a graffiti portrait by an artist called Hush from the UK. Not really sure where my love of graffiti came from. It's something that's always been around. I think I love it because it's colorful and always shows up in the most unexpected of places and turns something really boring or really dirty into something really interesting. Anytime I travel, I'm always trying to find where all the graffiti spots are at so I can load my Instagram feed with tons of graffiti pics. The last image is Marilyn Minter. This is an artist I greatly admire, and she has impacted my artistry and aesthetic in many ways. My fiance and I regularly attend the Modern Contemporary Art Museum here in Denver and purposefully don't know the artist showing until we arrive, and this usually makes for a pretty pleasant surprise. I'll never forget when we went to see Marilyn Minter's Pretty Dirty exhibition. It absolutely blew my mind. It was a mixture of all the things I like: graffiti, makeup, incredible video images, and seeing messy makeup conveyed in a completely different feeling really helped me to balance the burden of trying to make everything so perfect and helped me to grow an appreciation for the beauty of imperfection. This face chart tells the story of my personal aesthetic when it comes to makeup and my go-to beauty look that I do on myself. Every good makeup builds off of a clean complexion, and that is always my first step. My style of makeup takes shape and structure into careful consideration. I definitely prefer the focus of most of my looks to be the eyes. They have so much life to them, and there's so many options as far as design. It's always different on every person, and I think the fun of doing eyes is having to have the on-the-spot problem-solving skills to create an effective eye design. The eyes always end up telling some kind of story of where the makeup is going to be shown and how the person wearing it wants to be received, and that is the most interesting component to me. My eye shape is a little more hooded, and I really quite like the effect of shadowing the contours of my crease to show off a slightly unusual shape, but also add balance and symmetry. Since my clothing and hair are always black, I love incorporating warm tones into my eye makeup to try to bring out a little more green from my iris. And when I design makeup looks for my clients, it's always very important for me to take complementary colors into consideration so that the makeup tells a color story with the other features. I really like a look that has one defining focus, and the rest of the components really just support and balance the rest of the face out, keeping the star of the show on that one focus. I generally prefer a lip and cheek that has a similar tone to the natural color and always complement with the natural highlighting. I know that I am the best fit for the Fenty Beauty Global Artistry team, as the brand is staged to reach a very diverse audience. I know this audience very well because it is anyone who comes into Sephora seeking a wide range of inspiration and new products. I anticipate that the line will offer something different and special for everyone. Through my years of experience with Sephora, I have perfected my ability to connect with and embrace the aesthetic of whomever I'm working with. It is my job not only to bring the client's ideas to life, but teach them to execute looks on their own. I pride myself on my ability to empower them and better their skills in a short period of time. Sure, I can sell them a great product, but what is more impactful is knowing that they are leaving with the knowledge and confidence to create for themselves. I like to believe that when I teach a person how to utilize an artistry technique, anytime they practice or pull it off, they think of me. An amazing product gains a soul when its owner can confidently show it off. The classroom and training setting is where I shine and love to be. I am no stranger to speaking to audiences of all different sizes and skill levels. I speak fluent Sephora, and I know that I can effectively and accurately portray Fenty Beauty and share its story to our wonderful cast. The excitement and expertise I share with them will certainly reach our clients as well. I know how impactful an amazing brand representative is, not only for driving sales, but for developing the attitude and love the artists in store grow for their respective brand. I embody the importance of embracing brand essence and truly believe that I am the best fit to share the story of this brand with the world. A global artist is an educator and an extension of the brand's image as a whole. It is crucial for the person in this position to walk, talk, and breathe the identity of the brand's unique image and set of values. Sephora has given me an invaluable education and set of standards when it comes to this role. I am able to present and develop artists who are beginners as well as elevate the skills of advanced artists. I am proud to say that my training experiences and partnership in store have developed my leadership and coaching skills as well. Sephora has provided me a system of values which differentiates us from anyone else in the industry. Values like teamwork, respect for all, innovation, expertise in beauty, passion for our clients, and work-life balance are all things that proudly live on and off of our stage. I know that Kendo operates on these same standards, so I look forward to using our values in new ways. I have a great passion for travel, so the idea of holding a position that allows me to utilize my skill set not only out of the store, but all over the world would be a dream come true and what I've been working for all this time. I love Sephora, and it has become such an important piece of my identity that I can only imagine leaving it to grow into a position that still allows me to interact at the hub of our industry, that is the beauty studio. As you can tell from this video, I am very flexible and ready to make the best of any situation and do my best no matter what gets in the way. I'm excited to use this opportunity to give you a better look at what I can do. I believe that you know you're in the right career path when you can leave work and immediately dive right back in for enjoyment. Being at the forefront of the trends and newness is not just part of the job, it's kind of a personal requirement, a passionate hobby. If you see me with headphones on at the gym, I'm not jamming out to Drake. I'm catching up on Fat Mascara, my favorite beauty podcast. If I appear to be studying in a coffee shop, I'm really scouring our website for product info and updates. One thing I absolutely adore about this industry is the accelerated pace of change and development. Skip a few days of research and you could be the last to know about the latest and greatest product, look, or artistry technique. This is not a risk I'm willing to take. I've always said that after years of being spoiled by the breadth of brands carried within Sephora, it would take a very special role with a very special collection to make me consider representing just one brand. I believe that Fenty Beauty is the line that I can identify with and dedicate myself to. Thank you for watching this video and considering me for this amazing opportunity.